Okay, I wanted to cover what a diadem means before we get started today. This is the Smith's Bible Dictionary and the definition of a diadem. A diadem. What the diadem of the Jews was, we do not know. That of other nations of antiquity was a fillet of silk 2 inches broad, bound around the head and tied behind. Its invention is attributed to Liber. Its color was generally white. Sometimes, however, it was of blue, like that of Darius, and it was sewn with pearls and other gems, Zechariah 9:16, and enriched with gold, Revelations 9, verse 7. It was peculiarly the mark of Oriental sovereigns. In Esther 1:11 and 2:17, we have either for the turbans worn by the Persian king, queen, or other eminent persons to whom it was conceded as special favor. The diadem of the king differed from that of the others in having an erect triangular peak. The words in Ezekiel 23:15 mean long and flowing turbans of glorious colors. It's like a crown, a diadem. Now, this is the Smith's Bible Dictionary. With the eSword app on your computer or on your cell phone, eSword, there's like 10 or 20 different Bible dictionaries, and I use a Strong's Concordance, a Strong's Exhaustive Concordance, to look up, tell me where stuff is in the Bible. The Strong's Exhaustive Concordance works with the King James Version of the Bible, but there's a bunch of different concordances and there's a bunch of different Bible dictionaries for you to do reference with. Plus you got the internet to look stuff up on, and the internet has a lot of knowledge on it too. Now, we're going to continue on in the Apocrypha. This is the Wisdom of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 21. Do not fall down before a woman's beauty, and do not greatly desire her for a wife. It means anger and impudence and great disgrace. If a woman supports her husband, a humble mind and a downcast face and a wounded heart mean a wicked wife. A woman who does not make her husband happy means palsied hands and paralyzed knees. Sin began with a woman, and because of her we all die. Do not give water an outlet, nor a wicked woman freedom to speak, if she does not act as you would have her. Cut her off from your person. Happy is a man who has a good wife. The number of his days is doubled. A noble wife gladdens her husband, and he lives out his years in peace. A good wife is good fortune. She falls to the lot of those who fear the Lord. Whether rich or poor, he has a stout heart, and he always has a cheerful face. There are 3 things my heart is afraid of, and a 4th person that I fear: town gossip, the gathering of a mob, and a false accusation. These are all worse than death. It is a heartache and a sorrow when one wife is the rival of another, and a tongue lashing that exposes things to everybody. A wicked woman is a chafing ox yoke. Taking hold of her is like grasping a scorpion. A drunken woman gets very angry and does not even cover up her own shame. A woman's immorality is revealed by her roving looks and by her eyelids. Keep a close watch over a headstrong daughter, for if she is allowed her liberty, she may take advantage of it. Keep watch over a roving eye, and do not be surprised if it offends against you. Like a thirsty traveler who opens his mouth and drinks of any water that is near. She will sit down before every tent peg and open her quiver to the arrow. The grace of a wife delights her husband, and her knowledge fattens his bones. A silent wife is a gift from the Lord, and a well-trained spirit is beyond estimation. A modest wife is blessing after blessing, and a self-controlled spirit no scales can weigh. Like the sun rising on the Lord's loftiest heights is the beauty of a good woman as she keeps her house in order. Like a lamp shining on the holy lampstand is a beautiful face on a good figure. Like a gold pillars on silver bases are beautiful feet with shapely heels. Over two things my heart is grieved, and over a third anger overcomes me. A soldier in poverty and want, and men of understanding who are treated like dirt. The man who turns his back from uprightness to sin. The Lord will prepare a sword for him. A merchant can hardly keep himself from doing wrong. And a storekeeper cannot be acquitted of sin. Many sin for the sake of gain, and the man who is intent on increasing what he has to shut his eyes. A peg will stick between the joints of stone, and between buying and selling, sin is ground out. Unless a man earnestly holds on to the fear of the Lord, his house will soon be overturned. When a sieve is shaken, the refuse remains in it. So when a man reasons, his filth remains. The furnace tests the potter's dishes, and the test of a man is in his reasoning. His fruit shows how a tree has been cultivated. So does the expression of the thought of a man's mind. Do not praise a man before you hear him reason, for that is the way men are tested. If you pursue what is right, you will overtake it and put it on like a splendid robe. Birds roost with their own kind, and truth comes back to those who practice it. A lion lies in wait for his prey, and so does sin for those who do wrong. The discourse of a godly man is always wise, but the foolish man changes like the moon. Among unintelligent people, watch your opportunity to leave, but among thoughtful people, stay on. The discourse of fools is offensive, and their laughter is wanton sinfulness. A profane man's talk makes your hair stand on end.